Back to do another session of ASMR cartooning. This morning I am going to be working on my comic strip that I have running on my my blog site, my blog. Um, the title of this comic strip was called Super Cow, but I can't use that, so I'm trying to right now figure out a name or a title to use for my comic book without getting in trouble with anyone. So, that being said, I changed his name from Super Cow to, Commander Cow. So what's going on in this series, let me go ahead and explain what's going on, is Mama Cow is in charge of keeping the polar ice caps frozen and being able to keep the planet from going underwater. So, let me see. Chuck, the fish people are attacking the planet, and so Chuck has taken charge. He's kind of in charge of things on the planet, and Frank and Herb are his bosses, and he checks in with the bosses. So what I thought about doing today was the cow. Chuck was tells Tracker Cow to let Frank and Herb know what's going on because the fish people are invading the planet. So I've got to illustrate a picture of Chuck. I hope you guys can see this. I'll put this down so you can. So Chuck is going to tell Tracker Cow what's going on with the planet. So the fish people what they did was they tried to take over the planet because they're running out of water on their planet. I hope you can see this. Okay, so this is Chuck telling Tracker Cow Angel to let Frank and Herb know what's going on. Okay, so here's the next storyboard will be Tracker Cow Angel telling Frank and Herb, the space aliens, what's going on. Okay. He's back on the spaceship. They're under attack by the fish people. And right now they have a force field around the mission control. So let me see. Mission Control Center. Yes, they're in a spaceship. Okay, so they're in the spaceship taking care of the planet, Frank and Herb. And Tracker Cow Angel is kind of like, he's the transmitter. The animals are kind of like taking care of the planet, and they're using him to kind of navigate conversations of what they need to do next to save the planet and to keep the fish people from attacking their planet. Hi, Marcin. I hope you're doing well, sweetie. Okay, so they're in the spaceship. He's telling what to do. Okay, and so so this is what happens. The space aliens are attacking. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to introduce a robot into the cartoon series, guys. So they're kind of in a pickle because they're being attacked and their force field is holding up. That's fine, but they hijacked Hog and a black sheep dude in another mission control center. So the last part, you know what, you guys, guess what? Let me go ahead and refresh this because I published it, so I can get you guys up to breast as to what's going on. Okay, so here's everything on the comic strip. You can see it on my blog. Okay, so they hijacked the hog and the sheep. And the hog and the sheep are the ones who are making the trees that are indestructible. So Tracker Cow told Frank and Herb what's going on, that they were kidnapped, and so they have to do something. So they what's going on next is they're pushing an emergency button in the spaceship. That's what this is what I was thinking about this morning, guys. What's going to happen next? Okay, we got to press, I got to add dialogue too. We got to press the emergency button. In case of emergencies, this is the button that they got to press. And so they press it. So this is what happens. This is when I introduce the robot. Okay, this is the robot. I'm just making up a robot as I go. So let me see. Okay, I don't want him to look like Lost in Space robot. Here, this is what we're gonna do. Let's make him kind of look like a robot. Sorta. Here. Buttons. Should we give him a face? Sure. Let's give him a face. There. Okay. This robot is going to make sure to get the hog and Black Sheep do back. We have a job for you, robot. Okay, so you need, and we'll just do a picture of who's talking to. Just a headshot of Frank saying, you need to get back, Hog, and Agents Hog. You need to get back. Agents, Black Sheep, and Hog. And he's gonna go. Robot's gonna say something like 10-4, something like that. 10-4. Okay, that's my storyboards. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on these comics, you guys. That's the one thing about cartooning, you guys. You know, it's artworks, it's storyboards first to get your story together, putting it together, and then literally putting your ideas down on paper. Simple, simple. Okay, now comes the fun part. I'm gonna get you guys close and personal with this. There you go. Okay, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, this morning on a beautiful Monday, summer morning, guys. I appreciate your company and I appreciate your support. And this is just doing my thing. Okay, I'm just gonna get started. So Chuck is gonna tell. Oh, I like this pen, you guys. Okay. You know, before I do my sessions, guys, I have this kind of worked out in my head. And then when I go live, it's like, I don't know what you call it. Maybe it's stage fright? I don't know what you call it. I know what I'm gonna say before I say it until I click that live button, and it's like, it's kind of like choking. It's like, I don't know why. It's just cartooning, you guys. I don't know. When I was a kid, I did a ballet recital once, and I knew everything I needed to know. I knew everything I needed to get done before the recital. And then I'm not kidding you guys. When it came time to raise the curtain and do the ballet dance, or the dance that we were supposed to be doing, I choked. I don't know. I think I designed the tracker cow a different way. That's okay though. That's fine. You know, it's hard to explain what's going on in the comic because half the time I don't know what's going on. I'm making it up as I go, you guys. But right now I was trying to figure out on the last panel of the comic strip, Chuck he went back to one of the mission control centers. There's 3 of them. There's one underwater, there's one, oh, maybe there's only 2 of them. And then there's a spaceship that the flagship that Frank and Herb hang out in. I don't know whether you call it a mission control. Like I said, I'm making it up as I go, guys. In my defense, I guess I'm going to have to take an afternoon off and make sure I have my notes down right, so I know what the hell I'm talking about when I'm trying to explain the comic strip to you. You know what I mean? So anyway, okay. I went to the Peter Frampton concert last night, you guys. It was one of the neatest concerts I've been to in a long time. And that was just about as fun a time ever. He's still hanging in there with you guys. I think somebody said he was like in his 70s, and he looks pretty darn good for a man that age. He looks really darn good, you guys. I really hope I look that good when I'm 70. In my 70s. And he builds out some pretty good tunes, you guys. That's the fun part about living in Las Vegas, you guys. You get all these shows. If you like that kind of thing, they have all kinds of shows here in Vegas, you guys. It's a good time to be had, that's for sure. Let's see. I don't know whether I'm going to put something on his shirt or not. I don't know. I am really on the fence about his name, you guys, because I just don't want to get in trouble for, infringing on somebody's copyright. And rumor has it that Super Cow has been taken, so I can't make this. I can't title this comic strip to Super Cow. So I'm thinking of changing his name to Colonel Cow, or maybe Sergeant Cow. He kind of looks more like a sergeant or a commander cow. But I'm thinking he looks more like a sergeant than a commander. I don't know, guys. Still thinking about it. Don't know. I really don't know. So before I get my comic strip started, guys, I've got to figure out a name for it. Or just revert back to the Bill and Chuck show, which I could do. Just turn them into superheroes. Because like the first, I started the comic strip over a year ago. And the name of the comic strip was The Bill and Chuck Show. So that was the name of it. And then one of my viewers said, why don't you make a superhero? And I thought, yay, what a great idea. And so I made Chuck into a superhero. And then I thought, well, why not call the comic strip Super Cow? And I changed the name of the comic. Which tells me maybe I should have just kept it to the, I just, you know what? If I, I don't know. I'm smarter than that. It's like, you know, if I knew what I was doing, I would just leave the name be the Bill and Chuck Show. Because then I would have to edit the whole entire comic strip, guys. I don't know if they do that though. In real life, I mean. I know that they in sitcoms and things like that, they change the characters, you know, to different actors or portraying the characters of the sitcoms. So they can do that with characters on sitcoms. But I don't think they have ever changed. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. It's called a spin-off. That's right. So, Super Cow was a spin-off of the Bill and Chuck Show. So I guess, like I said, Super Cow's name, that name has been taken. So, back to the drawing. Back to the drawing board, guys. Whenever I lose something, guys, you know where it ends up being? Behind something, below something, in between something, underneath. Okay, come on, guys, where'd it go? Okay. So they call it ad-libbing. So his color is going to change a degree, I'm thinking maybe. So this is what color I'm going to make it. It's okay. It's a cartoon, you guys. It's a cartoon. If it's not perfect, oh well, right? The sun is gonna come up in the morning, trust me. Super. Okay, I'm liking this, and I think I'm gonna keep that shape. And then, this stuff, some of this stuff is definitely gonna go, as is. Some of this stuff I need to edit, so I'm not going to lose sleep on editing this work. Ain't worth it, guys. It's not worth it. You do not, if I learned anything, I've learned not to sweat the small stuff. And look at, I found his colors. So just change it. There. Why'd you do that? Because I can. There. Okay. All right, now Chuck is Chuck is telling Tracker Cow that Hog and Hog and Black Sheep Dude have been kidnapped. He says you need to tell Frank and Herb that Hog and Black Sheep Dude have been kidnapped. So the next panel is going to be Tracker Cow Angel giving the bad news to the boss. Let's see. This is here. So this goes down here, guys. Thank you guys for clicking on, by the way. I appreciate your company. I hope you're having a good Monday. I'm definitely having a good Monday. Give me a crayon, give me a pencil, give me a marker, and a piece of paper, and I'm good. Okay, so let me go ahead and I definitely have to make sure that my cartoon is making sense and it's jiving. Sometimes I have to backtrack and make sure that when I'm explaining what's going on in the cartoon, that my facts are correct. The information that I'm putting. That doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to most of the time. It's a lot of impromptu and ad-libbing and making stuff up as I go. That's all it is. That's all I'm doing. Okay, so let's. Okay, this is. Okay, this is Frank. This is Herb with the Goo-Goo Eyes. Okay, what is he talking to him? All right. We'll leave their mouths shut for now, but I have to do Tracker Cow Angel. Telling Frank and Herb that the hog and the sheep have been kidnapped or hijacked. Okay. Eventually, you guys, hopefully, it will become a comic book, but it's just like putting this stuff together and literally making the comic book. I wish there were templates out there, though, please. And I know that there are, but I'm not sure what kind of template I want to use for this comic book yet. Not sure. All right, so here we go. Let's color him in. I found my other. I found it. How did I? You know, you guys. Love doing this. This is my favorite part of the day, you guys. Seriously. I have been having a fun vacation, but seriously, this is the funnest part of my day. Is doing this stuff for you. I do like doing this, so if you're enjoying the content, yay! And if you're finding that it's helpful, making it easier for you to sleep. Even bigger yay. I'm glad to do it for you. So whenever, that's why do you do this? It's like, because I know what it's like to lose a lot of sleep. Unnecessary sleep over worry and stuff, 9 times out of 10, whenever I lose sleep, it's because I'm worried about something. Seriously. Maybe these sessions are helpful for you. And helping you kind of not worry so much about things that, serve no purpose to worry about. Sure, you know what? Everyone has a story, guys. Everyone does. I get it. Unfortunately, that's just how we're wired. When things are on your mind and you worry about stuff, it's like, for me, I grab something to doodle with. I'm a big old doodle advocate. I find that doing something with this hand, doodling or whatever, it takes it, I'm focusing on what I'm doing here rather than what's going on up here in my noggin. So, for me, it's helpful. And hell, I'm not a doctor in any way, shape, or form. I'm just letting you know what works for me personally. Just throwing it out there, guys. That's all. Okay. Just throwing it out there. Okay. Where did their colors go? I see them. I see them right here. Maybe no. Here they are. Okay, I found it. So he's telling Frank and her what's going on. The hog and the pig had been kidnapped. They took them hostage. So, here, they think they've won this battle. They think they've won this war. Not yet, though. What is this color? That's not the color I wanted. Look at the wrong color, guys. Duh. There. Okay. Tracker Cow is telling Frank and Herb that the hog and the sheep have been taken hostage, and so we gotta press that emergency button. So the next shot, the next panel, is that okay? It's Frank and Herb saying, we got to take a drastic measure. So this is Frank and Herb. Okay. His eye got gooey. That's okay. Cartoon. let's do something like this. I'm going to, let me see what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. Do this. Okay. They have got to tell. Oh no, what they're doing right now, you guys, is they are going to do something drastic, and that means they're gonna have to press the emergency button. So this is what's going on. Okay. There. Let's do make his. There, that looks better. And what I'll just do with this is I'll just kind of let that fade out a little bit. And I've got a few new eyeballs. I keep forgetting those veins in the back of their head, you guys. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. This is called impromptu ad-libbing. And you figure out this thing while I'm going. Okay, there's your emergency button. That be the emergency button, guys. Here, let's make it like this. There. Oh, you know what we're gonna have to do? Okay, and I'm gonna put in AI break glass in case of emergencies. And this is an emergency because the fish people are on their way. So I'm not gonna write it down because my handwriting is terrible. So, hey, Mama. Yes, I would love to have you. I would love to have you moderate. Let me see. Uh-oh, what did I do? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mama. I did something wrong. But thank you for dropping by, honey. I appreciate it. Shoot. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Let's try to do this again, sweetie. Channel. Gosh darn it, sweetie. I don't know how to do that. So my apologies. I'm so sorry. I'm still new at getting moderators and stuff like that. So, Mama, I appreciate you, and I apologize for gooming up the window. My bad. Okay, so anyways, all right. So Frank and Herb are saying this is an emergency. We're going to have to do something drastic. So they have to break the glass. And my bad, guys. I'm so sorry. You guys, welcome to my YouTube world. Thank you so much for clicking on, you guys, by the way. I'm sorry for gooing up the video, so my bad. So, okay, let's get back to cartooning. What I needed to cartoon is, I need to cartoon that button. They gotta break the glass. Cartoon the button. I've been looking for a moderator, you guys. See, that is my goal, is to find a moderator, and Mama was nice enough to moderate for me the other night. And so what happened just now was I goomed up. I deleted her. I wanted to make her moderator, and I accidentally deleted her. And it was unintentional, I promise. It's just I'm really rotten at working out the bells and whistles of this thing, so. Just letting you know, I'll love you to the moon and back, sweetie. I'm gonna have to, I don't know. This was red. Okay. My girlfriend is a YouTuber, and you know what, guys? She's really doing well, and she's really good at finding moderators. But I'm still really new. I mean, I had Mama help me the other day moderating, and I was able to do it the other day, but I screwed up today. Sorry about that. All I'm saying is, I make no mistakes about it. What you see is what you get with me. So I do appreciate you visiting my channel for a minute and hanging out with me and talking about cartooning and stuff like that. Okay, wait a minute. I've got to, well, I need to stop rambling for a minute because they've got to break the glass. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to get a hammer or something. Okay. 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 I'll get a hammer and do this. There. There. Give the blue handle like that. Okay. Have to break the glass. And then once the glass is broken, I'll add a new character to the cartoon, you guys. This side here. Okay. Okay. I need to make a robot now, guys. I think maybe I should pencil it in. Oh, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. cartoons are kind of simple, but I need them to be that way, guys. Because I'm a simple people. That's all I get. That's all I have to say. There. That's my robot. Here. There. His mouth is kind of weird, but that's okay. That's the way he was built. By the illustrator. Okay, his eyes. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be silly and do it this way. He's going to have one orange eye and one green eye. One red eye, one green eye. Why? I have no idea why. All I'm saying is that's the way I envision him, you guys. There's our little robot friend. Here, let's do it this way, since I can erase the pencils part. And here's this little wheel. There. Okay, he's going to fix the problem. He's going to get rid of the fish people. I don't know how, but that's what he's going to do. Have no clue. Because they're attacking. Well, they're not attacking. They've already gotten the hog and they got black sheep dude. They hijacked them, so now that was an emergency. Because number one, what I'm thinking is Black Sheep Dude is kind of like in charge of the alfalfa field. That's was a given when I first introduced him to the story. It was his alfalfa field, so that's his station, is what I'm thinking. So he plays an important role in the comic strip. And then the pig, the hog, is very smart. He's just got a good brain on him. And so he's the one, he's the scientist. He's playing the scientist role. So right now, their project, what they're working on, you guys, is building trees. I swear to God, live stream. Live stream, seriously. I mean, really, you can't make this up. Can't make this up. Anyway, so what's going on? Let me finish my thought. We did have a thought there. So the project that they're working on now is developing a tree that is, you can't burn it. It doesn't need water, and it produces, produce and leaves, and it doesn't die. That's what they're developing now. Okay, there is his. You guys, that concert was so good last night. I had such a good time last night. So so much fun. I do not have a social life, and I was invited to a concert last night. It was so much fun, you guys. Seriously, once in a while. You know what? I did something nice for myself. I accepted an invitation to a concert, and you know what? I had such a good time. And I wasn't guilty at all. You know, I took the night off. A friend said that invited me, said, you know what, it is okay to do something nice for yourself every once in a while. And absolutely. I couldn't agree with them more. Couldn't agree more. Do something nice for yourself, guys. Even for a nanosecond, you guys. Seriously. Go pick yourself some flowers and, or go, you know, or read a good book. Go to the park. Enjoy the weather. Go to the beach. It's okay to, you know what? It's okay to, you know, be nice to yourself and do something nice for yourself sometimes. Anyway, okay. I didn't put Herb in the background, just the robot on this one. But I am going to have Herb and the robot in this panel, guys. That's what I'm going to do. This is going to be Herb. Let's see, what did I... Okay, and the robot. Okay. He's saluting. That's enough. And so this. You know, I've learned a lot in the last few years since my old man passed away. That I learned. You know what? When he passed away, I had no idea how to take care of myself. I was frantic. I was living with this man, living with this individual for over 36 years, and I relied on him. I just relied on this guy for everything. And you know what? When he passed away, I was like a lost lamb in the woods. I had no clue, absolutely no clue how to survive. I made a lot of goom-ups in my life, but boy. This hasn't been one of them, though, guys. This has been a pretty rewarding thing that I'm doing for myself right now. You know, and I almost feel like I'm, you know, making my way out of the woods, metaphorically speaking, you know. Anyone out there who's lost a significant other probably can relate to what I'm saying. It is hard. I mean, well, for me, it was really hard to, you know, even function without having him in my life. It was just like, and it was in the middle of COVID too, guys. It was in the middle of COVID. And so I kind of It's freaking. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Let me see. Cancer's a bitch. I'm sorry, I said it out loud. It is. He passed away of colon cancer. He was diagnosed in 2018, and they gave him 6 months. Stage 4. My man, he lived it for another 2.5 years. It's like he had some stay power in him. He was a strong guy, man. Seriously. For a minute there, I thought he was going to fight this disease, but it's like, unfortunately, wasn't the case. So yeah, I call it my post-Tracy years. My post-Tracy life. He was a good guy. Okay, that's the robot. Let me go through. If you go to my blog and just refresh the browser, everything is current. It's on chapter 7. The story, the comic strip is, like I said, updated. So that being said, it should make sense to you. If it doesn't, please let me know and I'll fix it. Try to fix it. It's a question as to, but so far, right now, there's a force field around Mission Control Center 1, which is underneath the ocean. And so we managed to keep the fish people out of Mission Control Center 1. However, there's another Mission Control Center. It's number 2. And so what's going on there is Chuck went to check on the hog and black sheep dude, and he found a note saying, guess what? Negotiate. And so the fish people got the goat, or not the goat, but the sheep and the cat and the hog. Said, you know what? You're gonna do what we want. You will comply. And so that's where the robot comes in. So let me recap. Before I buy this popsicle stand, guys. Okay. All right. This is the comic strip. This series. This is going to be on my comic strip on my blog site. So Chuck is reporting. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. Chuck. There. What did I say he was doing? Oh, he's checking in. Okay, so this is it. Because Frank and Herb need to know what's going on. So Chuck is checking in with Tracker Cow. Say that 3 times real fast, guys. Jeez. And so he let them know, because he found there was no hog, there was no sheep. There was a note saying negotiate or else. And he says, look, the fish people have the hog and the black sheep do. And he's telling Tracker Cow, you need to tell Frank and Herb that. So here's Tracker Cow telling Frank and Herb that, they have taken two more hostages. So they have decided this is an emergency situation. So Herb is saying, this is an emergency situation, Frank. we've got to break that glass. And so, and he goes, agreed. I need to, you know what? Let me just do this. I need to have him talking too. Agreed. Okay, he's talking too. So here, I'm gonna, in AI, just in case of emergency, break glass. That text will be right around the here. And then they're gonna break the glass. There's the next panel. They're gonna break the glass. And then, yeah, I went ahead and decided to make the robot. And here, oh, voila, here's your robot. In fact, I think I'm gonna do something like this. I'm gonna make him up here. We're doing some editing as we speak, guys. He's gonna appear like this. Oh, come on now. There, okay, ta-da, robot. And then Frank and Herbert's gonna say, he says, you need to get those hostages back. So right now, I have no idea what kind of powers this guy has, which is the beauty part about cartooning. This kind of stuff. Because I'm buying myself time to figure out what he's going to do in order to save Black Sheep Dude and Agent Hog. So that's that with those guys. So I think that's going to do it for my cartooning today. I got to do some more brainstorming, guys, and figure out how that robot's going to get those two hostages back. So, oh, doing well. Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing really well. I hope you are well too. You know, hanging out, just chilling with my comic gang, enjoying this beautiful morning here in the city. So, I have got a lot of stuff to do today, guys. I am going to do some more pastel work later on today, and yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do, and try to figure out what's next for this comic strip. And meanwhile, I'm trying to build this comic book, and I'm hoping to do it in design. My degree is in graphic design and media arts and stuff like that. So right now, I'm building a comic strip using AI, and hopefully, it will be available in your neighborhood soon, someday, maybe. I hope so. You know, I always say, I know. And for right now, I'm enjoying doing this, and I hope you're getting some benefits out of the content of my ASMR sessions. So I'm hoping that helps you anyway. So you guys, I'm going to split now. I've got a lot of things to do. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. And Mama, I apologize for the little glitch and trying to make you moderator. I'm going to have to practice more, I guess, but sorry about that. That being said, you guys, I'm going to, like I said, I got to go. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If not, if I don't see you on my next session, you guys take care of yourselves. Love yourself and love who you are. That's it for me for now. Namaste.